Hello citizens of the verse, I'm just a tourist at the Frag Nav console, and today I'm going to show you ways you can hack your Crimestat down at Security Point Korea. Sometimes you'll be playing the game and you'll do something and you'll somehow accidentally get yourself a Crimestat. Now I've seen new players that have been very frustrated because they keep getting shot down at Security Point Korea. So there's a couple things you can do to mitigate that. Now, if there's just players flying around blowing up ships, what you can do is just get out of your ship quickly at Security Point Korea so that you can go in and hack your Crimestat down. However, there might be occasions where there's a player inside Security Point Korea guarding it. So if that's the case, your best option is to just go to a different server. Now, all the servers are not linked together, so if you do have an issue like that, go to a server in a region in the world where just try the different regions. Try somewhere where there's not likely to be a lot of people playing. Like if it's an Australian server and it's like 5 o'clock in the morning in Australia, probably not a lot of people in Australia playing. So you may be able to get into a security point there to hack your Crimestat down. So what I'm going to do here, this is going to be in a beta, a Mustang beta. It's very similar to the Mustang Alpha, has similar capabilities. So just to show it can be done in something that is a starter ship. First thing we're going to have to do is get ourselves a Crimestat so that we have a Crimestat to hack down. So the easiest way to do that is to just bump someone else's ship. And this is probably how a lot of new players get it, because they're just flying around Port Olisar and they're not quite sure what they're doing, and so they'll accidentally bump somebody else's ship. So that's what I'll do. I'm not going to destroy their ship because a lot of people do that. It's kind of a crummy move. So I'm going to find a ship that somebody's landed and I'll just bump into that one. And if I can't do that, then I'll just slightly bump something and hopefully not destroy it. Alright, this is a ship that somebody's landed right here. So this isn't a freshly spawned ship, so this person hopefully won't be too upset. But if you do bump into another ship, it's going to give you a Crimestat here. So I'll do that gently. I don't really want to blow a ship up because I'm a nice guy. But here's what happens. Like, oops, oh no, I'm running into a ship. Oh boy. And I think I actually do. There we go. Oh boy, I got a Crimestat now. And the security is going to be after me. And they're going to be all upset at me now. So we're going to run away from here, because they're going to try and blow me up. That's the issue. If you get a Crimestat, number one, you can't go to Port Olisar because security is going to blow you up. Number two, if you die, you're going to wake up at Grimhex. Which Grimhex is kind of the pirate bad guy kind of location. So we're going to fly to Security Point Korea, because that's where you hack your Crimestat down at. And we'll see if there's any other players around there protecting it, and I'll show you how you can quickly get out of your ship and hack your Crimestat down. Now usually, yep, there are several other people here, a couple good players, and there's some bad players. Now unfortunately it looks like some of them may actually be in here right now, and so somebody's probably going to try to attack me because I'm a bad guy now and I'm attackable like that. Now, since there's somebody in there, I might not be able to hack my Crimestat down immediately, but that's okay. What we need to do is we need to be able to go EVA fairly quickly here. So I just need to get a little bit further away from Security Point Korea. Let's see, it looks like he's about 13. I just need to have enough time to really line up for what I'm about to do here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to exit the ship quickly as I'm going past Security Point Korea. So what we're going to do, we'll try to line ourselves up as best we can. And we're going to go in, we're going to go in full throttle. So going 585. Now I'm going to exit the pilot seat here. The reason I'm going in quickly is because it'll have less of a chance for other players to blow me up before I can get there. Now we are not going to use the ladder because the ladder doesn't always work. What you want to do is have the lay down emote mapped to your keyboard. So Here's how you can map the lie down emote, or actually it's a sleep emote, but you just need to go into options. You can do this in game as well. You need to go to key bindings, make sure it's on keyboard and mouse, advanced controls customization. You need to scroll all the way down. Second from the bottom is social emotes. So you open that up. Then you scroll down again. You want to find this one that says sleep. You just double click it and map it to whatever you want to use. I use the number pad period. So that is how you map the emote that we are going to use to glitch out of the ship. We'll kind of judge this here. And right about now, looks like I did it a little bit late, but I am now EVA. Since I am EVA, I am a lot harder for the other players to see, and I don't have to worry about my ship is going to get blown. Well, it's flying away at a very fast rate of speed. So yes, I am not going to be able to fly out of here, but I will be able to get my Crimestat hacked down, which is what we want. Once you don't have a Crimestat anymore, then you can spawn back at Port Olisar and be a good guy, and everything will be all well and good with the world again. Now, if you don't want to cheat like that, you can try to time the ladder, but the ladder in the Mustang series is not very reliable. Sometimes you get in the pilot seat, it can get frustrating, and it might be harder to time. But at this point right here, even though I saw 3 other ships in the area, it's going to be really hard for them to see me right now. And so, in all likelihood, I'm not going to get killed. But watch me get killed here. Alright, I see a ship flying away. There's another one flying around. Ideally, you want to get as close as you can, because the closer you are, the easier it is to kind of get yourself into protection, in amongst all the areas here. They might see me. We'll see. I'm almost there. If I can just kind of get around the geometry, this geometry is going to shield me from everyone else around here. So, okay, I am up in here now. Let's see if there is anyone else. Of course, I'm never getting my ship back at this point. Now, somebody is shooting, but it looks like they're shooting at somebody else. So, I am safe from that. See, that's what would be happening to me if I tried to land here. Someone would be trying to blow me up. So, let's go ahead and sneak up here and see if there is anybody landed around here. Because that's the other tough part. If there's somebody inside who's bent on killing you and you're not good at FPS, or they're probably going to be, if they're camping it, they're probably going to be wearing heavy armor and everything. So your best bet is if there's nobody inside. Usually people just like to kind of blow up ships that are flying around Security Point Korea. I don't see anyone out here, but I will make sure by looking at the other launch pads here. So we'll go out here. That pad's clear. That pad is clear. These pads are clear. That pad's clear. That pad appears to be clear. Okay, so I should be relatively safe from other players as long as nobody else lands here. So we're going to get inside real quick and we'll see if we can hack our Crimestat down all in one go here. Now, if there's someone doing the security post mission, you may have trouble, so be wary of other people in here. The game feels like it's lagging. They're probably going to be hanging around here. So, I don't see anyone up here. All you gotta do is activate it real quick, and you don't even have to stay in one spot. I think you do have to stay relatively close to it, but you can see that the program is running now, trying to hack your Crimestat down. I'm not sure how far away you can get, but you do want to try to watch for any other players that might be in here trying to shoot you before your Crimestat will hack down all the way. I think it takes about a minute per level of Crimestat. So if you have a Crimestat of 5, actually I think it might even take longer than that. So you're going to be, you know, on pins and needles for a while. But if you just accidentally got a crime stat, you should only have a level 1 crime stat, as indicated by just the one little red thing above the little target thing there. And so you won't have to wait as long. So, also what you can do is listen to hear if anyone else is in the station with you. So we're going to hope this works. It'll be nice if it works on the first try. And there we are. I have hacked my crime stat down, and now if I die, I'm going to reemerge at Port Olisar, and I'm a good guy again, and the security's not going to attack me, and I can go along in my world free to pursue a life of fulfillment. So the other issue here is getting out. I mean, it's not a huge issue, but the issue is, alright, our ship is a long ways away. If you do manage to land your ship at Security Point Korea, somebody's probably going to blow it up, and you're going to have the same issue anyway. So, what you can do, if you desire, if you want to be that way, is since this is unmonitored space, you can wait for somebody else to land and take their ship and fly it back to Port Olisar. If you want to do that. If you don't want to do that, if you just want to get back to Port Olisar real quick, you can do what's called a forced respawn, which is you hold the right Alt key and hit backspace, and that will pretty much do a forced respawn. It's kind of like your character does a suicide and you reappear back at Port Olisar. A little bit of a cheesy way to do it, but it might be the only way to do it if no one else is able to land because other people are camping Security Post Korea. But we'll see if anyone else lands here. And if someone does, then we'll try to fly back to Port Olisar in their ship. Because surely if anyone else lands here, they're probably a criminal also. And so, you know, you don't have to feel too bad about taking their ship unless maybe it's a Mustang Alpha and it's some other poor new player that's trying to hack their crime stat down because they made a mistake early on. So what I like to do is I'll hide out in a shadowed area so that you're harder to see, not too terribly close to the landing pads. We'll go up here, and once somebody else lands, we'll go ahead and hitch a ride in your ship. And to show you how hard you are to see while you're out here, kind of easy to see like from this close, but from a far way away, like where someone's gonna be, yeah, they're not gonna see you from out there unless they're looking really, really closely. But as long as you stay in the shadow, as long as you're not moving around a lot, they're probably not gonna notice you out here. Oh, here's a player. Let's see if they land. Oh boy, I'm a long ways away. Looks like they're scanning around to see if there's anybody here. I'm just gonna stay still. Those lights don't seem nearly as bright when you're inside. Alright, they just shut their ship down. Now the trick will be to get into it before somebody goes and blows it up. Appears to be a Hornet. Alright, I see a player walking around outside the ship right now. Yeah, this one might be getting ready to blow him up. No, he's gonna take off. Wonder if he's seen me. Wonder if this guy sees me. Oh, it looks like they landed. They get out. We'll wait a little longer. Here we go. Let's see if we can make it. All right. And we are away. So now we are, here, I'll go ahead and repair this ship real quick. But we have successfully, we've gotten to Crimestat, we've hacked it down, and now we have taken a ship, which is a little shady, but hey, you know, that guy had someone protecting him, who knows, whatever. But so now we have a ship which we can use to fly back to Port Olisar. Alright, well, let's see how some, I'd like to see how this does against some pirates here, even though it has a basic weapons loadout. It's pretty nice. Now we'll fly back to Port Olisar. Right, so there we are, back at Port Olisar. We borrowed a Hornet to do it, but now we are free to go back and go ahead and spawn another ship. If that was your ship that I took, sorry about that, but just wanted to show new players how they can do this. And well, if you have a Hornet, you're not a new player, so hopefully you can understand the reasoning behind this. And it's free to get back right now anyway, and it didn't blow it up for you, so you don't need to file an insurance claim. But now I'll go ahead and spawn a regular ship, and you're free to continue on just as you would have before without being bothered by security. So that's how to hack your Crimestat down, even if there's people watching Security Post Korea. Again, if there is somebody inside there shooting at you, then just find another server, and hopefully there's not someone inside there shooting at you. So this is just a tour to the Frag Nav console, and I'll see you around the verse.